Hey, what's up and welcome back guys to a brand new episode. Part 9 of What If Naruto Was Toji with the 8 Inner Gates. Don't forget to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 more channels. Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, and Anime Prince guys. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And don't forget, if you want your what if to be done by me, simply comment on any of the latest videos and I'll jot them down for future use. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump into this brand new episode? Let us begin. The intro, guys. So the last part that we left off. Months pass by as Naruto has been missing for a couple months now. The village, all that he's changed, all those that he's helped, was reeling from this. Snady had broke many rules, trespassed into many lands to retrieve Naruto, and when they came to confront her, she stood proud. She stood unshaken, refusing to bow a knee, refusing to step down no matter what they said. She did what she did and she wasn't about to change her mind. They will find Naruto, they will recover him. But as the months went by, hope started to dwindle. Shinobis from the sound were picked up and eviscerated. Hundreds that remained were wiped out. They were interrogated, questions on the whereabouts of Orochimaru's location. Many kept their mouths shut, but that simply warranted them a death sentence. We then get to see Orochimaru's base where he was. He's transported Naruto far, far away. The Sannin was clever and very careful. His base's number were large. Sasuke was regretting every single action that he took. No longer did Orochimaru desire his body. All he desired was his eyes. So they were just keeping Sasuke alive now for a future experiment to make sure that his Uchiha blood and his eyes are useful. He regret his actions as he said in his heart he apologized to everything and to everyone. We then get to see Naruto. Over the last couple of months, Orochimaru put him through hell in a way to strengthen Naruto's body to make him perfect. He was already great, but Orochimaru was pushing him over the limit. The experiments were torture on Naruto. Just to push him, just to break him, just to evolve him. When the day finally came, they shut his mind down, forcefully putting him into a sleep, so there was no way that he could fight Orochimaru off. And finally, the Sannin got what he wanted as he consumed Naruto's soul and took over. As he woke up, he flexed his muscles, feeling the power course through him, but he was thrown to the right and to the left. Something was wrong. Naruto was fighting him. It was a battle of will, as Orochimaru found himself in Naruto's mental escape, but it was Orochimaru's dimension. What he wasn't expecting though was for Naruto to break free and became a living giant. It was just a representation of the clear gap between them. Mentally, Orochimaru stood no chance. He believed that Naruto's body was special, but so was his mind. Able to break through any influence, able to break through any command of Genjutsu. As Naruto walked him down, freeing him from his mind. Finally, Naruto took control once again. He brutalized Gurren and every person in his way. He freed Sasuke as he proceeded to kick the support beams. He then jumped above and stepped so hard, the entire mountaintop came down, squashing ever remaining sound ninjas. Him and Sasuke ran down the mountain. They had no idea where they were, so they had to get some idea. Sasuke apologized profusely through it in his own way, but Naruto simply shrugged it off. It made Sasuke feel like there is another way as Naruto accepted him still. They were able to make their way back. The people at the gate were truly shocked when they saw them. They couldn't believe it. They were brought in for testing to make sure everything was okay. Tsunade was able to receive a report as a full medical was done on Naruto. She was shocked to the things that Orochimaru did to him. The fact that he could still remain stable just showed how mentally strong he was, as Naruto proudly declared that he killed Orochimaru, startling many by that. Once again, he saved Konoha in another way. Temari and the Sand team was also here. She questioned him on why he saved her, as Naruto didn't really know why. He said something to himself about her beauty, but he was actually thinking what Jiraiya would have said in that situation. But she believed he was saying it to her. It was a misunderstanding, but she blushed. Tsunade, she was angry, but she could see the look in Sasuke's eyes, how broken he was and how sad he was for his mistake. He purposely apologized to the others. She restricted him right now from active duty, but he could regain her trust because as of right now she did not trust him. So yeah guys, that was basically as where I left off. You guys can go ahead and check out the others. The playlist will be down there for you guys to enjoy. So let us begin this new episode. Start now. She couldn't understand it. It made no sense. She was known as the High Priestess. Her job, her goal was to seal away an ancient demon known as Moro. But she saw it. She could see the future, which made her isolate herself from others, afraid to see their death. But yet, she saw his death. It was so clear, more clear than any other. But somehow he defied fate. He defied the future just like that. As he screamed out towards her, she was falling. It seems she was the one that was going to. She was gone. She blinked in surprise to find herself caressed in his arms as he held her bridal style. He saved her. She looked down. One of the head of Moro was blown to pieces with a single blow from him. I told you, you're not gonna die today, he said, landing on the platform above, placing her there for safety. I don't understand. Start to believe in the impossible, he said as he jumped off. She was shocked as she looked over the edge. As he fell, his entire body lit up with a bright red light, like dying embers flicking off his skin. As he descended, the explosion down below, the entire mountain region was violently shook in an unbelievable way. At the end of the mission, her people were safe. The nation was safe thanks to him, as he was able to reignite hope inside of her. This was just one of the many things that Naruto has done over the past 3 years. There wasn't much that Jiraiya could teach him. Naruto stayed within the village, elevating himself through the ranks. When it came for him to take the test to become a Jonin, he had many support. His name had become exponentially large over the past 3 years. Naruto had pushed himself in and out, day in, day out. There was some difficult time there. Tsunade had saw the report, the things that Orochimaru did to him. At first it seemed like they didn't affect Naruto, but it started to show in his training. It started to show in the way he moved, the way he flinched, the way he reacted. Naruto was not a stubborn person. he went to talk to someone. There was a lot of memories that he'd bury. Orochimaru truly put him through hell for the past 8 months. True hell. He wanted to make Naruto powerful. Naruto was still going to this day, but the sessions were few, as he's recovered a lot. But he had a lot of people by his side to help him. Surprisingly, Temari was one of the strongest by his side. The situation between them was something Naruto wasn't used to. He remembered going to Sakura. Flashback. Naruto was 14 years old, as Sakura was laughing very, very hard. Naruto was confused as he sat there. What's so funny, he said. He wanted to know what was Temari's deal. Whenever she came to the village, she sought him out. They've walked together, they've talked together, they've eaten together. The problem was Naruto was seeing this as nothing but friendship. He wasn't used to dealing with the opposite gender in a way that, well, doesn't require friendship only. Sakura was shocked. She and Naruto were good friends, so she was a bit disappointed that he never tell her that he was dating Temari. But she realized now that Naruto did not think of it as dating. Yet, she's spoken to Temari on countless occasions. Temari believed that there was something going on between them. Something greater than Naruto think. As Sakura had to give him a clue in on everything. She likes you. I like her too, said Naruto. He doesn't see what was wrong with that. Not like that, Naruto. She really likes you. You understand now, she said. He wasn't used to this, not in the slightest. He then started to see it. Yes, he started to. Mostly he was focused on his training. Not much other than that. But whenever she came by the village, whenever they sat down and eat. But Naruto did not think much of it. Not in the slightest. To him it was rather normal. So for the past few months he spoke to a lot of people on the matter. Guy was, well, more forward than most. Jiraiya was not how Naruto would approach. Even Kakashi was a bit perverted, but he was much more tame than Jiraiya. Tsunade gave him some good advice. He's been delaying this for a few months. He doesn't know why. It's not that he's a shy person. He's never been shy. He usually say what is on his mind. However, he wanted to talk to her. Thus, he went to the Hokage. Tsunade was sitting behind her decks. Naruto has grown a lot over the years. He was dressed in his tight black shirt, but due to how more muscular he's grown and lean, he started to catch the eye of many, along with his grey sweatpants and his sandals. It was perfect for moving around. Why do you want to go to the Sand Village? Tsunade questioned. I want to talk to Temari. She watched him carefully. Does this have anything to do with what we talked about recently? She questioned him, having that look in her eyes. Yes, said Naruto. And you want to go there and talk to her about it? Tsunade questioned. Yes, Naruto said. She knew that Naruto was forward, even in this situation. And what are you gonna tell her? Tsunade said, being a bit nosy. As she leaned in, that I love her, said Naruto. Tsunade nearly choked on nothing as she pulled back. Wait, you love her? Yes, Naruto said. I don't just like her. From what I've gotten from the numerous people I've talked to. Wait, did you talk to Jiraiya about this? Yes, but he wasn't much helpful. Figures, Tsunade said. Continue, she said to him. Like is not the word I would describe her with. I trust her more than anything. I realize that. Having dinner with her, sitting and talking, it's been relaxing. And I feel happy whenever she comes to the village. I have no doubt in my mind that what I'm feeling is love. I've asked a lot of people, you included, because I'm not used to this kind of thing. But from what I've gotten, I believe I do love her, said Naruto. Alright, listen up, she said. I know that this thing is not exactly strange or awkward for you, but considering that, then again, you two have been hanging out for a long time now. And she do seem to be infatuated with you. Snaddy just didn't want Naruto to go there and get his heart broken if Temari did not express the same intense feelings that he did. After all, she really cared for Naruto a lot, and she just wants him to be happy. Just try to take it easy. Don't just blatantly say anything out loud, she said. Just ease into it. Tell her how you've been feeling. Be soft and gentle. Tell her exactly what you told me when you see her, how happy you are. Trust me, she's gonna eat it up. Naruto thought about what she said and smiled. He doesn't have any mission on the burner right now, considering the mission that he recently came from, so he had her full support to go there. Time skip. Sasuke Uchiha returned back to the village, along with Rock Lee and Neji. As the mission was completed, over the past years, Tsunade had re-given her trust to him. She told him a couple years ago that she did not trust him, but he was able to win that trust over. He was off duty for a couple of months, 8 to be quite exact. She was doing this to punish him, but he's proven himself more than enough time. Thus he returned back to training, thus he returned back to everything. He had to make up for the months that he had missed, but he knew that he deserved to be punished. But training with Naruto was like training at least 10 times the amount as a normal trainer, and Sasuke wasn't one to give up easily. He's really learned how to connect with the people around him. It was hard. Sasuke wasn't a very social person, but having to go and apologize to everyone about the pain that you caused them, those that went on that mission, he's proven himself that he can open up. And Sakura realized that if he cut himself off again, he was going to suffer in that pain alone, so she has made it her job for him to socialize with the people around him, as she's become rather forceful on the matter, given that Sasuke was relenting to most of it, believing that he needed it as well, as he almost sacrificed everything and everyone because of his own mistake. So things were looking good on his part. Very, very good. Time skip. As Naruto came to the Sand Village, majority of the people here know him. The Sand and Konoha, to rebuild trust in one another, has been doing joint missions. A lot of them. Naruto paid a visit to Gaara. Gaara and him had become good friends, but Gaara had skyrocketed to the Kazekage, the one overseeing the village. Naruto was here to see Temari. It wasn't an official matter or anything like that. Gaara had changed a lot over the past couple of years. So much. Becoming a brother that could protect his older sister. You care for her, don't you? Said Gaara. He's seen the way Temari looked when she spoke about Naruto. However, him and Naruto had never spoken about this before. But neither of them were shy on this matter. Both of them being a bit, well, stunted emotional-wise. Yes, I do, said Naruto. Gaara warned him though. Do not hurt her, he said. It was a threat in his own way, as a brother. I would never do that, said Naruto as he looked through the window. The problem was Temari was not here. But she would be back today, returning from a mission. Thus Naruto was sticking around. Kankuro was here though, as him and Naruto made their way across the village. If there was a union between the Sand and Konoha, it would forever combine a partnership deeper than anything else. And Gaara knew that his sister had deep feelings for Naruto, so he was okay with this. as Naruto was the one that saved him after all. He was the one that helped him reach his position. Temari finally returned by time. The sun was going down. Well, she was not expecting this. Naruto had been ready to talk to her. It was Kakashi that gave him this one, as he was able to book a restaurant for them to eat and everything. Naruto had indeed inquired a lot from many people around him. She wasn't expecting this. Usually when she came by the village, they eat because Naruto had just finished training and he was hungry. But most of the time it was like a lunch date or something like that. In her mind, she believed that it was, and that he was too shy to really ask her out. She wasn't really a shy person in most things, but sometimes she was. And Kankuro, well, he made it worse. That look on his face, that smug smile, yeah, he made it a lot worse. She quickly made her way to take a shower, having just returned from a mission. It wasn't anything hectic, so she wasn't tired. Finally, she was ready. She didn't want to go overboard, so she was a bit casual but spicing it up a bit. As they made their way, there was no pause between their conversation. They just spoke so fluently. You can see that some of the other guys were not happy about this. Temari was really big in this village. Gaara was her brother after all. Despite Naruto becoming something good between the San and Konoha, well, most of the guys were not happy about this because of jealousy. Yes, and it was very clear, judging by their eyes as the two walked down the street. But Naruto either did not notice them or did not care. Finally, as the dust started to settle, nightfall arriving, Naruto decided to go, well, into the reason why he was here. Whenever you come by the village, it makes me happy. Whenever we sit down to eat and talk, we can talk for hours, not missing a beat. It wasn't something I understand in the beginning. I'm not good with this emotional stuff, said Naruto. However, these feelings I have for you are very deep, and I would like to explore them with you. Naruto looked at her as she was quiet. Her face was steaming red. She didn't expect this. For him to full on confess like this. Granted, it was something she was waiting for him to ask her out, but this was just... She reached to say something, but an explosion cut them off. Immediately they rose to their feet. Something was wrong. The Akatsuki were on the move. They came for Gaara. Unfortunately though, they weren't prepared for Naruto to be here. The Akatsuki has classified him as a great threat, even before the time skip. And now, he's grown stronger, gravely so. So they knew the threat that he posed. Problem for them, they did not scout that he was here before. And that was their biggest mistake. Temari got serious immediately, so did Naruto. Knowing that they were in the shadows, but they were moving. She watched as he leaped to the roof, making his way as she make her way with the evacuation, getting the people to safety. She knew that Naruto would help Gaara, and together they would crush the Akatsuki threat. Meanwhile, Deidara was smiling. Come on, Sanjin Juliki. Just a bit more, he said, as he lowered his speed, allowing Gaara to catch up. Releasing several spiders, Gaara-san shoot out fast though and grabbed them. They exploded between them, causing a huge explosion in the sky. The both of them stood there face to face, Gaara floating on his sand, Deidara floating on his bird. But Gaara noticed it. The lack of chakra, the lack of signature. As he hid within the shadows, Gaara moved the sand down below. Tell me, do you really believe that you will succeed in capturing me after trying to attack me in my own home? Gaara questioned. Deidara, falling for the trap, responded, but it was already over. The sand Gaara had formed exploded outwards, unable to withstand the amount of pressure that had repelled off it. Deidara felt it. It was too close though. He tried to turn but he was not able to. High in the sky, he did not expect retaliation like this. Even if there was one, he expected to dodge it, but what he did not expect was a heel to hit him so hard in the face you can see the entirety of his front teeth shattering as Naruto landed on his bird, gripping him by the throat so he would not fly away as he lowered his other leg. Deidara, his body stirred from left to right, the blow enough to, really affect him. Mentally and physically, his mind has scrambled. Blood dripped from his mouth, pouring down as he could not control it, as he tried to stay focused. What he didn't expect though was the raw brutality. Naruto's fist snapped into his skull. The bird and Deidara boom into the center down below. Deidara needed medical treatment ASAP. The blow did not kill him, as this was a perfect opportunity they were looking for. Gather information on the Akatsuki. However, something was wrong as Naruto looked around. Gaara descended. You seem troubled. They travel in pairs of two. Where's the other one? Gaara snapped his gaze around as his sand formed into a massive eyeball, splitting into dozens. They spread across the village as one of them made its way towards the gate. However, a tail destroyed. At the south gate, Gaara said. Naruto did not hesitate. Blurring past the people, they could not see him. As Gaara-san restricted Deidara, they weren't going to kill him, but they were going to find out everything about the Akatsuki. Meanwhile, Sasori gazed towards the eye that he just destroyed. What the hell are you doing, Deidara? He said. You know I don't like to be kept waiting. The mechanism in is Hiroko puppet. It released as the friction of what hit it was enough to trigger alarms inside. Sasori rolled along the ground. As he tumbled to his feet, his puppet lay in shambles. What the hell? Nothing was there. Sasori spun around but nothing stood behind him. He looked down as a heel knocked him to the sky, cracking his jaw. His eyes went wide, his fingers curling. Immediately he lashed out his threads. They attached themselves to Naruto, but Naruto spun, tearing them off him. Sasori's body was pulled into the vortex, a tornado of sand and dust as Naruto spun vigorously. 3 blows, one in his stomach area, one across his shoulder, and one across his temple, fracturing his puppet body. It was reinforced and yet it started to break apart. He was desperate as the cable shot from his chest, spinning like a propeller. Naruto twisted and dodged it as it nearly grazed him, but he weaved underneath it and grabbed it like a rope. Naruto yanked it, but he moved with the same equal force, and then he tripled it when he struck Sasori in the chest. The cable snapped as Sasori was blasted through the sand. Naruto sped and bested him. Sasori cursed under his breath. How can I be beaten this easily? He said. He tried to reach for his scroll, but Naruto's heel smashed in his chest, exploding it outwards. The puppet body exploding apart. Finally, Sasori was truly seeing Naruto's face as those eyes gazed down towards him as he lay in ruins. Naruto looked down towards the contraption that was beaten. He raised his heel and squashed it. Sasori was gone. No more life, no more connection. Just like that, he was bested. In the far distance, Zetsu watched. This was the Akatsuki's first move. Zetsu was there. What he didn't expect it though was for Sasori and Deidara to be brought down. He was within the village, but he wasn't fast enough to warn him. Zetsu moved through the ground like swimming through water, and yet he was bested. Immediately he fled, not wanting to face his wrath, knowing that his demise would be immediate. Not a single person was harmed in the village. Gaara shook Naruto's hand thanking him, but Naruto had to be the one to bring Deidara back. The sand suppressed his chakra with seals, binding him. As they were helping with the transport, Konoha had the mind experts to break his mind. Even Gaara was impressed. He knew that Naruto had to have gotten a lot stronger, but even without the gates, physically, his physical strength was unmatched, but his speed on the other hand, that was a different kind of monster. The village was just attacked, so Tamaru was going to stay behind. She never got to say what she had to say. However, she made it very clear to Naruto. I know that our date was interrupted, but she kissed him right on the lips. She's been wanting to do that ever since he had saved her. Ever since she realized what she was feeling for him. As Naruto felt it, this connection. Their kiss seemed to last for days, months, years. In reality, it was just a couple of seconds, but there was just something there. When you know you find someone that you can spend the rest of your life with. Be safe, she said. You too, said Naruto, knowing that Gaara would take extra precaution now. But the Akatsuki failed. He doubted they would attack once again so quickly. When Naruto arrived back to the village, Tsunade was stunned. Well, it seemed like fate was on their side. It was a good thing that he decided to confess. And hearing that he got through with his confession, and they got one of these Akatsuki scums, this was even more so perfect. They searched everything that Deidara had. The ring was the main thing. It was a chakra receiver. They could not track it on their end, but someone could track it. Naruto proceeded to crush it in his hand. If they already knew, well, it's best that they don't know exactly where he was if they decide to make their attack on the village. With Deidara unconscious, the Yamanakas got to work. There was no hesitation, no gentle movement. They probed his mind. They ripped it apart, tearing out every piece of information. As they relay everything, Jiraiya returned to the village a few days later. Naruto could see it, able to see the slight differences in people. The moment he spoke about the eyes that he witnessed, giving them order, seeing the other members there through Deidara's mind. The Akatsuki wasn't expecting this, as their little spy went back to their leader. Naruto watched as Jiraiya made his way outside to get some air as he said. Naruto made his way. What is it? Jiraiya seemed hesitant to speak on the matter, but he did. In the Second Great Shinobi War, I came across 3 children in the Land of Rain. The description of those eyes. It's the Rinnegan. I have no doubt about it. What does that have to do with the children? One of them possessed it. So your students, former, is the leader of the Akatsuki. We don't know that yet. I was told that they were killed. It could be that someone stole the eyes. So what does this mean, said Naruto. I'll do some more reconnaissance now that I have a, deeper understanding. And then, I'll go. Like hell you will, said Naruto. I'll go as well. No, you don't know, you don't understand, Naruto said. And don't bother to tell me about just because you're a Sanin or this or that. These 3 children that you speak of, you have a connection with them, do you not? The moment you hesitate, you will lose. You don't know how much the world has changed them. Some time ago, I erased any enemy that crossed my path. The first time it happened was in the Land of Rain, said Naruto. I told myself that scum will always be scum. But I can see that look in your eyes. You believe that you can save them somehow. But I'm going to be your voice of reason. If they do step out of line, I'll kill each and every one of them. Jiraiya turned to face Naruto. There might be another way, he said. That is why I have to go alone. Well, if you don't take me with you, I'll simply go as well. Tsunade won't allow that. Well, I'll run away then, said Naruto, and fight them. Why? Jiraiya said. Why do that? Because you're about to do something stupid. Just because you once had a connection with them. Connection isn't my thing. Well, as of recently I started to gain some, but I know you're going to make a very stupid move. And I can't just stand by and watch you die, said Naruto. Besides, what's wrong with a little bit of extra help? Jiraiya sighed as he relented, knowing that Naruto's help would indeed be great. He doesn't say it a lot, but Naruto has indeed surpassed him. And he wasn't the only one. Later we find Naruto and Might Guy sparring against one another, as Naruto was training his body constantly. Guy was proud of all of his students, but Naruto was the greatest success. He's taken what Guy had taught him and turned it into something greater than anyone would have ever thought or even imagined. Naruto sat with Sasuke. He's grown strong over the years. Sasuke was a real close friend of his. Sasuke was surprised. Naruto had spoken to him about Temari, but the confession was something he never told him about. Sakura was happy for Naruto as she hugged him. But Naruto felt a situation forming between the two of them. Sasuke and Sakura, of course. When he told them that he meant Temari were, well, getting closer, he decided to allow them to work out their own feelings, knowing that the feelings over the years that they possess had grown. Despite him not being invested in feelings that much, he noticed both of them looking at each other a lot. But he was happy for them. They were his teammates and his friends. Jiraiya did as he said, gathering more information. Tsunade was immediately against him going. Hearing that Naruto was going made it a little better, but the fear of the two of them being lost, it scared her. But as the leader, as the Hokage, the elders were against this though, sending him right into the belly of the beast. But as she said it out of her mouth, not a single one of them could deny just how powerful Naruto was. And if they get the Akatsuki, they could take them down. Having too much people go there would give away their position, as Jiraiya wanted to see it through first, not just straight attack. Konoha was coordinating with the Sand. Thus, they were able to keep each other protected. Temari would be here, but by the time she arrived, Naruto would not. So he told Sakura to speak on his behalf. As Naruto made his way, Jiraiya, saying that the two of them should be efficient enough, not to mention it would not give away their position, despite Tsunade wanting to send a lot more, but this was better. As Jiraiya promised her that if things got too bad, they would find their way out. Yet she could not stop worrying. Temari indeed came to the village 2 days later, where she spoke to Sakura. She was calm about it. She had faith in him. as Sakura then started to tease her on the matter, having grown pretty close to her as a friend over the past few years with her visiting so much. As she blushed, she was really cute. Jiraiya had left behind information for spy network to deliver information to Konoha, and as fate would have it, Itachi Uchiha was spotted. Snazzy, she wanted Naruto to be here to help Team 7. The team would have to be greater because even if they were going after Itachi, the Akatsuki traveled in pairs. However, her trust in Sasuke had grown, so she decided to farm out Might Guy and the others. Their help would be greatly efficient on this. If they could exterminate all of their enemies at once, it would be great. Meanwhile, Naruto and Jiraiya spent days combing through the village, going to bars, gathering information. Despite not going with him, Jiraiya had been by the village a lot, and he had taught Naruto a lot. As Naruto calmly sat and talked, his presence was calming to most, while Jiraiya flirted, Naruto talk and mingle with the crowd. They met up, as they already picked out their spot. Their information combined told them about the one known as Pain, the one that brutalized Hanzo family to the last child. Naruto looked at Jiraiya, who looked down, but Naruto only had one thing to say. He killed infants, he said. The problem was, the village leader already knew they were here, allowing them to move about, allowing them to gather their information while he prepared himself. But it wasn't him that first showed up, as Jiraiya and Naruto were in a massive strange metal structure area. Given the formation of the land of rain, this was common. Many pipes, many steel bearings. She descended upon them like she was an angel from the heavens. Her face was instantly recognizable to Jiraiya. Konan. Sensei, you shouldn't be here, she said, descending down but not low enough to touch the ground. So it's true. Where are the others? Where's Nagato? Where's Yaiko? Her face seemed neutral, but Naruto saw it when he said the last name. The look in the eyes, the twitch. Something was wrong there. You shouldn't be here, Sensei. But him, on the other hand, she said, looking at Naruto. Jiraiya slammed his hand together as his hair lashed out and wrapped around her. She remained calm though, as Naruto spun and grabbed something. Whatever it was not visible, but he spun it around and launched it away. As saliva was on his hand, he was holding the tongue of the iguana. It crashed onto the wall, revealing the summoning path. He stepped out with his long hair. Impressive. Despite not seeing me, you could tell that I was there. Jiraiya was confused. Who is that? Said Naruto. Is he the one you call Yaiko? No. I don't know who that is, but their eyes. Those eyes are the same. That's the Rinnegan. I must say, your arrival here was unexpected. But bringing the Nine Tails to me, I commend your job on doing that. There is only one way this shall end. The Nine Tails will be belonging to us at the end of this match, while the rest of you defend our fight shall fall. We don't have to do this, said Jiraiya. This path that you're going down, you don't understand. Pain is not the path. It is understanding. Something you lack. Something you fail to grasp. And that is why your actions here will lead to your death. Enough of this, said Naruto. You can see with your own eyes. Whoever the people that you thought you once knew, they're gone. Naruto said, reaching. The creature arriving on his shoulder as he pulled out his staff. Let me tell you the way this is going to end. He seemed amused as he looked down. By all means. I'm gonna destroy the Akatsuki. So you can't go after the people I care about. And all of you that retaliate shall die. You foolish little child. You can never understand my pain. You can never understand the true definition of what I am. Perhaps you know a glimpse of it, but you fail to grasp the acceptance of pain. And because of that, your sacrifice will bring something great. You face many foes. Yes, we've been watching you. You've proven yourself to be strong, but tell me, what is a mere man to a god? And what is a god to a non-believer, said Naruto. Because I don't believe in you. As their eyes connected, everything seemed to slow down. Motion, movements. The feeling of intensity could be felt in the air. The animal path gave Konan a look as she backed away. His chakra swell. Poof! Two others appear by his side, standing there, making them three. Confusing Jiraiya even more as he saw their eyes. They all possessed the Rinnegan. The human path and the absorption path stood there. Three of them gazing down towards Naruto and Jiraiya. Their power immense, dangerous, unknown. The summoning path summoned dogs. As they jumped forward, but Jiraiya gave it a brutal kick that launched it into the wall. Yet it rose. Naruto, on the other hand, sped towards the three of them. He moved across the rooftops, leaping from building to building. He grabbed his staff and spun. They tried to attack him from all sides, but he made them separate. They were fast, but the way they moved, it was like they could see through each other. As Naruto noticed that, they tried to split up as Jiraiya was busy with the dogs. The Predapat tried to absorb his chakra, but Naruto's chain lashed out, but it moved out of the way. So I was right, Naruto thought to himself. They must be able to see through each other's eyes. That's the only thing that he could see, because he wouldn't have been able to see or prepare for that. The human path kicked Naruto's staff, and yet, shock when Naruto still held it. Naruto spun, causing him to spun around as well as he launched him into the wall. He blinked as Naruto bashed his head through it, sending him to the other side, breaking through the metal support. Naruto grabbed one of them and launched it. The human path. He jumped down as his leg was yanked by the summoning path to protect him from being impaled. Jiraiya summoned a massive toad with a shield and a strange weapon as it banged it against the shield and stabbed the dog, but it split into two. You got to be kidding me, said Jiraiya. The more they killed, the more they split. Meanwhile, Naruto was in the center of it all, the three of them trying to take him down. The animal path summoned a massive rhino. It ran straight at Naruto as Naruto flipped at the last moment. He grabbed it by the back and pulled. He threw it back towards the animal path, who summoned a panda bear to block it. Naruto sped and kicked through the rhino. It poofed away as Naruto's feet break through spikes that the panda bear released on one side. The path eyes went wide as he jumped away. The creature was launched, breaking through the steel pipes. Such incredible strength. They thought to themselves, "Is that all?" said Naruto, gazing upwards. "I'd thought the great god would have more strength than that. I must say I'm disappointed. This is quite pathetic," said Naruto, as his hunger for the battle started to rise once again. Naruto has kept it under control for the past couple of years, but a good battle always brings this part of him out. Jiraiya returned, having destroyed the dogs as he sent them away. However, another voice started to speak. "To avoid further collateral damage to my village, I will destroy you two here and now." Naruto looked up as he saw three others emerging. Jiraiya's eyes went wide. Yaiko. So that's him, huh? Then why do they have the same eyes? It's not just that. They're connected, said Jiraiya. Something isn't right here. As he looked at all of them, knowing that something is not right at all. But they're looking through each other's eyes, they're linked. You can't attack them from the back. Well, Naruto said, slamming his fist into his palm. I guess I'll just have to be faster. Faster than their eyes can see. This is no time for messing around. That's the Rinnegan. Far different than the Sharingan or Byakugan, it's their superior. And I won't be bested. Wait, said Jiraiya, but Naruto launched himself. A bird came from the sky, distracting Jiraiya as Naruto landed in the path of all 6 of them. Naruto predict an attack all around. One tried to reach for his staff, but Naruto chain gripped its arm. Shocking by his flexibility and movement, Naruto yanked and tore the arm of the Prida path off. Naruto crushed the steel beam beneath them, causing them all to fall. He then grabbed it and spun it. They pushed away as Naruto launched it, riding on top of it as he sent the human path into the water with a kick, crushing its chest area. Missiles descended upon Naruto as he burst through. Now in the second gate, he hopped across rooftop from rooftop, moving like a blur. Missiles came down as Naruto opened the third, then switching to the fourth. His smile growing even more. The animal path thought that he caught Naruto off guard, driving a rod towards him. Naruto tilted himself. His hand reached out as he gripped the thing, breaking it with one motion. The animal path tried to pull away, but Naruto kicked it so hard, it exploded into metal and blood. All the piercing in its face blowing out. It was knocked out of commission. The human path appeared behind him, trying to grab him so the others could take him down. However, Naruto spun around and break through the building. The human path landed as Naruto kicked the ground so hard debris exploded outwards. He launched the rocks with a finger, pressing them with such clean, precise force. The human path had to block them, but Naruto used a distraction to step in. The human path tried to bring its arm down, but Naruto crushed the ground behind it, blocking their view. He grabbed its arm and spun around. He then raised it and brought it down. The entire floor of this building came caving in as the body was ruptured, leaving the arm within Naruto's hand. He exploded out of the building as the Prida path had its hand recovered. They wanted to retrieve the bodies, but Jiraiya, fully decked out within Sage mode, now took on the others. The Prida path tried to stop Naruto, trying to grab him in a bear hug to absorb his power. He didn't expect for Naruto to recklessly jump off the building and pushed himself with such force that they broke into the ground. Naruto got up, barely a scratch, shrugging off the pain as the 7th gate exploded outwards. Naruto laughed out loud as the ear itself seemed to bend away from him. He blurred through the remaining ranks as he saw the one that was hiding away, recovering the other one. Naruto grabbed his staff and pulled and threw it. However, Tendo blasted it away. Naruto ran as Tendo sent him through a building, and then another and another. Naruto stopped himself, his head down, as blood dripped slightly from his nose. He wiped it and smiled. Naruto teared through the walls, moving like a blur. His body was barely being seen as he moved, flickering from one place to another, moving like an animal. It was almost like he was instantly teleporting. Tendo looked up as he raised his hand. Almighty push! However, the entire building came down as Naruto broke the support beams. Tendo flew into the sky as the recovering path descended down below, only for Naruto to arrive and uppercut him. Naruto grabbed his shoulder and hit him under the chin so hard his head was blown clean off. As Tendo floated into the sky looking down towards the wreckage, Naruto stood in the middle of it all. Tendo was surprised as Naruto gazed up towards him, smiling as he did. Jiraiya landed as Tendo's surprise turned to anger. Naruto turned it up as he opened the 8 gates. Tendo used all the push at his disposal, but Naruto swung with a chain dagger. Tendo had no choice but to even drop buildings. Yet Naruto broke through the windows and ran, jumping above it. Jiraiya was forced to retreat backwards as the buildings started to collapse. One of them came down upon Naruto as Naruto pulled his arm back. "La Sekureku," he said, firing red flaming fists that turned the building into dust. As he burst through the smoke, Tendo raised his hand and screamed, but Naruto vanished. The Rinnegan unable to see him. Naruto gripped his arm and thrust him through the sky. Tendo smashed across buildings as he was thrown out of the parameters of the village, crashing hard. Naruto blitzed forward. Over to the other side, Nagato started to bleed. The original, "Stop, you're going too far." But Nagato would not listen as he started to up the power. More and more as Tendo rose like an unstoppable force. Boom! Naruto crashed hard, coursing with the 8 gates. Pain did not know how to handle it. From gaining his power, from becoming what he is, he's been a god. But he's been outclassed, he's been pushed in ways that he's never been pushed before. Raw, natural force was knocking him down. That is when he felt something. As the eyes of Jiraiya, a manifestation appeared behind him. Jiraiya had stabbed himself with one of the rods, as the toads used it to trap the energy. They were right. Tendo had enough as he fired a spear into the sky. He was outside the village. Everything around started to rise to the heavens. Naruto was being yanked as he tried to jump down. "Enough!" Tendo said as he released an almighty push that slammed Naruto against his spear. More stones started to slam inside of Naruto, more and more and more. But Tendo refused to give up so easily. It started to get larger and larger and larger and larger. It was about to commence. It was about to trap him forever until an explosion. A fist. So much power built up. It split the skies. The clouds opening up as light descended down, like the heavens were cleared for the first time. "Impossible," said Tendo. Naruto started to beat his fists, firing shockwaves by his blows at the center. It kept on hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. Despite it being shockwaves, the force were enough to boom. As the sky screamed as debris rained down, Tendo could not see or track Naruto too much. No, he was simply moving to Tendo down. Naruto's fist crushed into his stomach. Naruto then gripped his face. He grabbed it and kicked him above the goddamn clouds. Naruto stepped on the ear and appeared above him and dropped his hand through his back. His spine shattering. Ear started to bend around Naruto's fist as it pulsated with so much wrath, so much force. It started to manifestate as something. It was a lion. A beast. Massive teeth peering down towards him. Fear coursed through Nagato. Tendo was swallowed, but the fist, it ruptured through him, tearing his entirety apart. The ground exploded like a meteor had fallen from the heavens. Gods were brought to their knees. Naruto crashed down, taking a breath as he released the gates. One of the toads arrived, shocked by how much the landscape had changed, telling Naruto where to meet him. The greatest tower. Naruto sped across the other buildings and landed. Naruto jumped downwards, Jiraiya had already made his way inside. When Naruto stepped across the hall, he found them, Konan standing protectively. As Nagato pulled his hands out of the mechanical walker, Naruto on the right, Jiraiya on the left, Pain was in the dead center. Meanwhile, Zetsu returned back to the masked man. As the masked man was currently blocking all the Konoha shinobis from getting to the fight with Itachi and Sasuke. Well, except for Might Guy and Kisame. Where Kisame was being picked apart as Might Guy entered the 7 gates. However, Zetsu arrived. Why? Why wasn't the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki here? He wanted to know. He had sent Zetsu to inform Pain that this might be the time to attack the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, as he seemed to be off somewhere on his own, maybe a mission because he's not in Konoha, but he arrived to see the massacre. The masked man stood there stunned as he heard the news. Immediately, he sucked himself into a swirling vortex. Unfortunately though, by the time he got there, they were confronting Nagato. He stood there as flashes start to go through his mind. A Rasengan drilling into his back because his speed was bested. They've been pursuing and watching the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki over the past couple of years. And from what they've gathered, he's been able to enter the 8 inner gates and survive. A technique that could push your limits beyond. His physical stature were enough. He recently killed 2 Akatsuki members, and now what do we do? Zetsu said the Nine-Tails should be enough to heal him. Zetsu looked towards the masked man. What do you mean? Those eyes shall be mine, the masked man said. As he put his plan into play, he will get the Rinnegan, but the Nine-Tails will be gravely injured. He will live. If he dies, he will just have to wait until the Nine-Tails is restored. But with the Rinnegan at his disposal, he will be unstoppable. He can't allow them to destroy Nagato, especially if they crush his head. Knowing the brutal efficiency of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki and the way he hit people and things, they had to move in now. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now. Peace.